Welcome to the top 10 most anticipated comics for September 18th, 2024. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. It's never too early to start that pull list for next week, and hopefully this list does help you make decisions on what comic books to buy. Before we dive into it, guys, I just gotta give a quick shout out to Whatnot. Just a reminder, guys, there is a link in my description box below. If you've never used Whatnot before, create a profile, and when you win your first auction on there, whether it's comic books, pop figures, action figures, Hot Wheels cars, you guys are going to get $15 off. So why not take advantage of it? Get a free $15. It does not cost anything except for the items that you buy. So check out Whatnot today. All right, guys, so let's kick it off with the book that's on the hot seat. And this goes to Violator Origin Issue 1. It's a 6-issue mini-series. Now, upon this recording, I just literally found out that I think this book possibly might get delayed to September 28th. So, tough cookies. It's still in this video anyway, because this is a book that I am looking forward to, but all the extended Spawn Universe stuff really hasn't stuck with me. But this particular book might be cool because it gives you the origin story of Violator. So that's pretty badass in my opinion. So this is a 56-page comic book, and it is for $6. But again, be noted, this is probably going to get delayed. So let's talk about the book that's on the rise. A lot of you guys probably won't agree with me on this one. This is Ultimate X-Men. This is issue 7. Meet the Mutants' new mentor, Psylocke. So Psylocke is entering the Ultimate X-Men line here, and I think, you know, this book is getting better. There's more characters being introduced. Yes, there's mainly female characters in here, but I think they're about to get introduced to a male character as well. It looks like the Shadow King is the main boss in this comic book. It's really a slow burn, but if you can handle that, this might turn out to be a pretty good book. So let me know in the comments below if you're really enjoying it. This one's 32 pages for the price of $5. Coming in at number 10, we have World's Finest, issue 32. I haven't read this series in a little while, so I'm looking forward to jumping back on board. This is a new story arc that Mark Waid is writing. You have a new artist on this, which is called Adrian. His name is called Adrian Gutierrez. So, could be pretty cool art. Maybe not as good as Dan Mora, of course, but I am definitely looking forward to it. We're going to have Eclipso in this issue. So, yeah, 32 pages, $4. Coming in at number 9. This is an independent comic from Volt, and this one is called Lilith. This is issue 1. Lilith is an immortal who has been banished from her home, a dimensional plane suspiciously similar to mankind's idea of hell. She's been posing as a model on Earth while secretly preying on humans. That is until she runs into Penelope, which is a sweet bookstore owner with a tomb that might hold a secret to her returning. Sounds like a very interesting book. Volt does come out with some good stories here and there. This is something different out of my wheelhouse, I would think, but I'm definitely going to give it a try in a lighter week. This one is 24 pages for $5, a little pricey. Coming in at number 8, we have The Incredible Hulk. This is issue 17. So, we're super close to legacy numbering 800. This is legacy numbering 798. We most recently read the issue with the Hulk that was around 3,000 years ago as he was possessed by the Eldest, and you wound up getting to see how she was casted out and how now she's brought back into this world and how she wants to obviously get the Green Man. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what it has to offer. We have Hulk going to Las Vegas, trying to restore Charlie's soul. Will that ever happen? I don't know, man. But like I said, legacy numbering $7.98, 32 pages, $4. Nick Klein is coming back on the artwork here. Coming in at number 7, we have X-Men. This is issue 4. So, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens on this one. It looks like we're going to get Trevor Fitzroy in this issue. Last issue, we wound up seeing Cyclops kind of go through a panic or anxiety attack as he was confronting the guy that kind of runs X Factor. That's what I got out of that last issue. I don't really remember too much else. I think this series will get better. I think it's on its way up. I've said this before. Jed McKay is kind of a slow writer, and once his story gets going, it does get better. So we'll see what happens. 28 pages, and this one is $5. Coming in at number 6, we have another Jed McKay book. This is the Avengers. This is issue 18. Storm most recently joined the Avengers, which is kind of cool. Jed McKay's story has been picking up. Like I said, this story started off slow too, but now it's getting more entertaining. And now that Storm is on the team, I'm intrigued to see where the Avengers is going, where it's going to go. Hyperion is the enemy in this particular story arc as he's plummeting to the Earth, and he's like a freaking gigantic comet, and he's gonna basically destroy the Earth, right? So our Avengers have to stop him, or otherwise everybody will die. Legacy numbering 784, 32 pages for the price of $4. Moving on to the top 5, we have Kill All Immortals issue 3. So this is a story about a Viking woman who is immortal, basically, and she has this guy over for family dinner, and they don't like this guy, and then it wound up becoming this big fight, and things got out of control, and now her family is after her. Why does she love this guy so much that she's willing to, like, risk her relationship with her family? I don't know. But there's something about this book that I really enjoy. It's fun to read. It's a little bit gory. So, yeah, I'm going to continue reading it. 32 pages, $4. Coming in at number 4, we got Destro. It's issue 4. I was like, oh, number 4, Destro 4. So, this book was really interesting in the last issue as we got to learn a little bit more of the origin story of Destro, on where his lineage is, right? And why he wears that mask. I thought that was very entertaining. And so now it looks like Destro is going to be going after the Chameleon, which we saw at the end, I think, of issue 2. Tomax, Zaymot, and anyone else who gets in his way. So that could be a lot of fun, probably a lot of action in that particular issue. Looking forward to seeing how this one concludes. And obviously, we got Joshua Williamson, who's going to be writing that new G.I. Joe series. So I am just really curious how he ties in all this stuff together. But this one is 28 pages for the price of $4. Top 3, here we go. X Factor issue 2. X Factor issue 1 was like my favorite X book because it was so out there. We got the guy that was in X-Men that was talking with Scott Summers, right? He's in charge of the X Factor. He puts together a whole team. They're a bunch of losers. Half of them die. He puts together another team at the end of issue 1. Like, what's going to happen in this issue? I don't know. We'll see. But it looks like Polaris is going to be involved in this issue, so that could be fun. 32 pages for the price of $4. Coming in at number 2, if you guys are a Daniel Warren Johnson fan, you're probably going to want to check this book out. It's called The Moon is Following Us, issue 1. So here's the description that it says. Sam and Duncan Lamar love their 6-year-old daughter, Penny, more than anything in the whole world. But half a year ago, she was taken by the Cascade, an evil force they barely understand. Now Sam and Duncan must fight side by side with magical beings Penny cherished to try and get her back before she's gone forever. And so it's 32 pages for the price of $4. Sounds like a fantasy type of book, much like an adventure style. You know, listen, when it comes to Daniel Warren Johnson, his stuff is great. You can always expect a lot of creativity in them. You can expect great character development and emotion. And I am very much looking forward to this book. All right, guys. So remember, after number 1, we are not done, as we have those noteworthy books to talk about. Because it just wouldn't be fair if I didn't share with you other comics that are coming out besides my top 10 most anticipated. So here we go. My number 1 is Deadpool issue 6. I think it's probably the first time ever a Deadpool comic book has been on my number 1 most anticipated as long as I've been doing this series, right? This book is great. I love Wade in this book. I love the way Cody Ziegler writes him. I love his daughter, Ellie. I love how she's becoming like a little Deadpool Jr. And Wade is just going through some struggles right now based off of what happened in the last issue, right? And it's just overall, it's a fun book. I think what really makes it is the supporting cast here. Because in all runs past, for the most of them, you got, Deadpool, and he might be by himself or whatever, but he's constantly talking to you, the reader, and it's overdone. The jokes are overdone, and it just gets old, and I just did not like it. Here in this book, it's great to see him interact not just with the reader, but with his supporting cast. And the supporting cast is comical as well. Like I said, his daughter, Taskmaster, there's some random dude in there that's like some internet guy, like low, like micro influencer. It's hilarious, dude. Absolutely recommend this book. The artwork is good too. 32 pages, $4. All right, here we go. Noteworthy Comics. The first book we're talking about today from Marvel goes to Star Wars Darth Vader issue 50. Again, this is the conclusion to all these Star Wars books, and then we're going to get new ones being released soon. Next, we have Spider-Boy Annual issue 1, as this continues the Infinity Watch storyline. So if you love all that Infinity Watch stuff, go ahead, check this one out. Then we get another new X book, and this one is Dazzler issue 1. I'll be checking this one out for sure. Next, we have Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood issue 2. I know a lot of people might collect this book just for covers alone because the black suit on Spider-Man always looks great. Then we have Wolverine Deep Cut issue 3. This is the story written by Chris Claremont. This is a pretty good story. It's a fun read. Then we have Venom War Venomous. This is issue 2. The first one was all right. I like the original one-shot, like the prequel to this, better than the issue 1. So we'll see what issue 2 has to offer. Then we got more Venom War. We got Venom War Lethal Protectors issue 1. We have the Spider Society issue 2. That first book was nothing great there either. And then we have another new number 1 with Ghost Rider. We have Spirits of Vengeance issue 1. So if you want to check that one out, that could be a lot of fun. All right. Then we move on to DC Comics, guys. We got Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween. This is issue 0. I guess this is a sequel to the original one. Believe it or not, don't get too mad at me. I never read the first one. Like I said, guys, when I was younger, I was never the DC guy. All right, and then I got Dark Knights of Steel All Winter issue 3. Read issue 1. I talked about it. I didn't like it, so I never read issue 2. But I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would enjoy this, so that's why I'm letting you know it's coming out. Then we also have Catwoman. This is issue 68. Followed by Jenny Sparks issue 2. Not a fan of that first issue. Then we have the continuation of Wonder Woman. This is issue 13, as it's Absolute Power tie-in as she continues her team up with Damian. Then we have Superman issue 18, which I think this is also Absolute Power tie-in, as he's been teaming up with Zatanna here. And then we have Absolute Power Super Son issue 1, as if you've been reading the main event, you kind of know what's going on with John. And then we move on to those indie comics. We got great horror story here, Ice Cream Man issue 41. Then we have The Walking Dead Deluxe issue 97. Beware issue 100. is the first appearance of Negan, so if you want to recollect that again, get ready for that coming out very shortly. Then we have Power Fantasy issue 2. Then we have G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue 310. Followed by Thundercats Ho! Issue 8. Then for the Sonic the Hedgehog fans, we got Sonic the Hedgehog, issue 73. Spawn fans, we have Sam and Twitch Case Files. This is issue 6. Then for the TMNT fans, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Nation. This is issue 1. For the Lilo and Stitch fans, Disney fans, we have Lilo and Stitch issue 5. Cartoon Network fans, we have the Powerpuff Girls. This is issue 3. For the gory and grotesque fans, we have the Plastic Death and Dolls issue 4. And there you guys have it. There are all the top 10 most anticipated and noteworthy comic books getting ready to come out for September 18th, 2024. If there's anything here that you guys like, let me know in those comment section below. And of course, if you love the content, there's always more for you to click on right here. Support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, read the comics, guys, because we get to have some great comic conversation. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.